Welcome to Hilary Emmanuel Ministries, where faith meets power, purity and prosperity, and breakthroughs are born. At Diadem, we equip you with bold prayers, life-transforming teachings, and spiritual strategies to overcome every challenge life throws your way. Join us as we dive into God's Word, experience His presence like never before, and walk in His purpose for our lives. If you're in London, we invite you to fellowship with us in person at Diadem, 4 Pegamoid Road, N18 2NG. Don't forget to subscribe now and let's grow in faith together.
Brethren, today we are going to pray for our destinies. I told you before that there is no amount of prayer that is sufficient for the destiny of a man because of the complexities of a man's destiny, because of the mystery surrounding the destiny of human beings. We cannot say we have prayed enough, because your destiny spans till you even complete everything you are doing on earth and return back home. That's why you have to pray daily. And the more you pray, the more you discover. Sometimes you pray and you discover what you have never known before about your destiny. And that's why today we are going to kill the destiny assassins. That's what we are talking about, killing the destiny assassins. We might not be aware of this, but the enemies always target the destiny to kill it. And unfortunately, so many people you see going up and down on earth, their destinies are dead or have been killed a long time ago. And if the destiny is dead, the person is just a carcass walking up and down. The person is just an empty vessel going up and down. And there's nothing good that can come out of such life again, because it's like removing the engine of a car. The real thing is gone already. And so I want to plead with you here today, and I want the young ones to listen very carefully, to understand this message and to pray these prayers, to pray for your destinies. Many of us here, if we had had this kind of message when we were very young in life, definitely I know this, our destinies, our lives will have taken a different dimension rather than the way it took now. Because we didn't know anything and we just walked carelessly. We did so many things carelessly, and that was why the destinies got into too many troubles. A lot of situations and problems that we are fighting now for years to free ourselves from. Destiny assassins. What does assassin mean? The English dictionary defines assassin as a person who murders an important person, who kills an important person. And brethren, when I saw that definition, I asked myself, what is it that makes anybody important in life? It's the destiny. What is it that makes somebody an unimportant person in life or useless person in life? It's the destiny. So if they target the destiny and kill and assassinate the destiny, the importance is gone already. The life remains just nothing. Look at how a victim described it in Jeremiah 51. He's a victim of destiny assassins. Look at verse 34. Jeremiah 51 verse 34. He says, he called the name of the assassin. He said, Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, has devoured me. He has crushed me. He has made me an empty vessel. He has swallowed me up like a dragon. He has filled his belly with my delicates. Then he now did something. He has cast me out. Now, for this person to be saying this means the person is not dead. He's alive. The target was not to cut his life off completely. The target was to look for delicacies in his life. That's what, if you like, you call it virtues. Those are the virtues of destiny. He said, he has filled his belly with my delicates. He said, he has crushed him, and he now swallowed him up. He now emptied him totally so that there's nothing left. And he left him an empty vessel and then cast him out. Cast him out to do what? To be roaming up and down this earth empty, struggling in vain in life. The mystery of human destiny is such that if somebody has been assassinated, maybe a destiny has been assassinated like this, You might not know it. Except the Lord shows you a dream. And that is when you understand the dream. Like that brother that was telling me. He said he had a dream where they summoned him. He said that time he has not come to this country. Back home, he said it was long time ago he had that dream. They summoned him into this gathering, to this meeting. And they grabbed him and then they cut off his head. He said they took the head away. What did you think they assassinated? It's the destiny. The head is the destiny. But they didn't kill him physically. He was still alive. When he wake up, he said, thank God, I'm still alive. But the real him was gone. The destiny was gone. They've chopped it off. They've taken it away. So now, if you gather the whole money in the United Kingdom, or say European Union self, and everything together and hand over to that brother, do you think anything will come out of it? Because they have emptied him. They've now cast him out. He can go to any country on earth. It's all in vain. That's the mystery of destiny assassination. When they succeed in assassinating any destiny and killing that destiny, the owner has extra miles to go. Options remain. If you are able to find favor in heaven and they send life back to that dead destiny, they resurrect the destiny, or they replace the destiny, whereby you receive a brand new destiny. These are possible miracles that can only change situation again. And the Lord will do that miracle for us today. Amen. That is the whole essence of our prayers here today, brethren. The whole essence of our prayers. And listen, when the enemies want to assassinate any destiny, they can wait patiently for so many years. They can go to any length to do it. Doesn't matter. They can wait. They can keep trying. When they fail, they will try again. When they send one batch, they will send another batch. When they fail this one, they will try another mission. They will continue like that until they succeed. Judges chapter 13. Judges 13. Look at verse 2. Judges 13 verse 2. And there was a certain man of Zorah, of the family of the Danites, whose name was Manoah, and his wife was barren and bare not. And the angel of the Lord appeared unto the woman, and said unto her, Behold now, thou art barren and bearest not, but thou shalt conceive and bear a son. Now, this kind of message coming direct, an angel being sent directly from heaven to go and deliver this type of message, shows one thing, that this was not natural conception. This was a divine project from heaven. This child was sent specifically from heaven for a purpose. If you like, you call it destiny child. So it's not just the issue of, they had delay in getting child and then naturally they conceived and bear a child, or they did the one medical study. No, this is divine destiny coming out here. Verse 4. Now, look at the instruction of the angel. Because our destinies forbid some things. Do you know what your own destiny forbids? Possibly not. You must know what your destiny forbids. And sometimes if you don't know it, you do those things ignorantly and you endanger your destiny. Do you know that it's possible for somebody to use his own hand or her hand to kill her own destiny? I'm still going to show you. We ourselves, we are the assassins that assassinated our own destiny. Now look at what follows here. Verse 4, it says, Now therefore beware, be careful, I pray thee, and drink not wine, nor strong drink. Why? This woman has been drinking her wine before, drinking her strong drink. But the angel is saying, the destiny of that child forbids it. And eat not anything unclean. Verse 5, For lo, thou shalt conceive, and bear a son, and no razor shall come on his head. Do you see what that destiny forbids? No razor must touch the head of that child. For the child shall be a Nazarite unto God from the womb, and he shall begin to deliver Israel out of the hand of the Philistines. Do you see the manual of the destiny of that child? Do you see the blueprint? It's the angel. They've not even conceived yet. They've not even seen the child yet. But the angel was reading from the manual, the made in heaven manual concerning the destiny of that child. That's how all our destinies came with manuals. Unfortunately, so many of those manuals were snatched by the foundational enemies. Some of them at the time of birth, at the young age, or even from the womb. They snatched those manuals and they are the custodian, they are the one holding it. And it's out of the content of those manuals they are now attacking us. They are sending the things that our destinies forbid, the things that shouldn't happen in our life, that our destiny are not allowed to experience. They are the one pushing them to us. So do you see all the things listed here by the angel? Verse 24. Verse 24. And the woman, of course, she conceived, and she bare a son, and called his name Samson. And the child grew, and the Lord blessed him. Verse 25. And the Spirit of the Lord began to move him at times in the camp of Dan between Zorah and Eshtaol. So the Spirit of God came upon him from the womb. The power of God was mighty upon him from the womb. As he was growing up, the Spirit of God was the one controlling his life. Do you know many of us, that's how God created our destinies? That's how we're supposed to grow up. The Spirit of God regulating everything about us. But the moment the enemy's assassins discover such a thing and they put their finger into that destiny. Now look at what happened. Judges 16. Judges 16. Look at verse 1. And went Samson to Gaza, and saw there an harlot, and went in unto her. Remember what the angel said? Unclean thing, you shouldn't go closer to unclean thing. He has started now going into unclean things. So he went to a harlot, verse 2, and it was told the Gazite. So we now see that this case now is Samson that started the assassination himself. Samson became the assassin of his own destiny. So they told the enemies that Samson has come here, and they compassed him. Immediately they surrounded him. You know, we don't know that we have enemies, brethren. We don't know. And we don't know how close by they are. We don't know that they can compass us as soon as just by raising an alarm. They quickly compassed him and laid wait for him all night in the gate of the city, and were quiet all the night, saying, in the morning when it is day, we shall assassinate him. We shall kill him. Do you see destiny assassins? But it was Samson that played into their hands. Verse 3. And Samson lay till midnight, and arose at midnight, and took the doors of the gates of the city, and the two posts, and went away with them, bar and all, and put them upon his shoulder, and carried them up to the top of an hill that is before Hebron. And it came to pass afterward that he loved a woman in the valley of Sorek, whose name was Delilah. Do you see what is happening in the life of this young man? Possibly, his mother and father didn't tell him about the angel that came. Possibly. You know, there are parents that are so conservative that they keep every information to themselves. They don't sit down with the children and tell them some deep. They don't educate them. They don't show them deep things of life. They don't allow them to have information. Because I'm sure if they have told him that, look at what the angel said concerning you. Look at what happened before you were born. Maybe his senses will have come home. So he stood up again after escaping that first instance in Gaza. He now found another one again, the original destiny assassins. You know, that's how the enemies operate. When you escaped one assassin, they say no problem, they will look for a better one. They will assign a superior one that cannot fail. So he now walked into the hand of the real assassin. Now, the question is this. The day he met Delilah, did Delilah tell him, I am a destiny assassin? They don't say that. What will she be telling him? Love. I love you. Because not everybody that is telling you I love you that really loves you. Many of them are destiny assassins. Verse 5, and the Lord, take note of what happened here now. Take note of what happened. As so, not knowing that they have been watching every step he took. In verse 5, and the lords of the Philistines came up unto her, and said unto her, entice him, and see wherein his great strength lieth, and by what means we may prevail against him, that we may bind him to afflict him, and will give thee, every one of us, 1,100 pieces of silver. What does that mean? Is that not the work of an assassin?
Yes.
When you pay to kill somebody, that's an assassin. They say all of them will contribute. Everybody in the land of Philistine will contribute 1,100 pieces of silver for one assignment. She started work immediately. Tell me, I pray thee, wherein thy great strength lieth, and wherewith thou mightest be bound to afflict thee. She didn't even change the language itself. She was telling him, I want to bind you and afflict you. This one was even too direct. Shouldn't a wise man run away immediately, wake up and strangle her and disappear? But he remained there with an assassin. Verse 7, and Samson said unto her, if thou bind me with 7 green wheats that were never dried, then shall I be weak and be as another man. He thought it was a joke. He started to play games with his destiny. Do you know that's what we do, brethren? We play games with our destinies, not knowing that the assassins are not playing games. They are after the real thing. They just want to kill. They just want to wipe out that destiny. Especially destinies that are inconveniencing darkness. And now tell me, which destiny could be more inconveniencing than your own? With this kind of prayers you are praying, with what you know today, which other destiny on earth could be more inconveniencing to darkness than your own? Then the lords of the Philistines brought up to her 7 green wheats which had not been dried, and she bound him with them. Now there were men lying in wait, abiding with her in the chamber. And she said unto them, the Philistines be upon the Samson, and he brake the waist as a thread of tow is broken when it touched the fire. So his strength was not known. But for how long? For how long is he going to play this game? And Delilah said unto Samson, behold, thou hast mocked me and told me lies. Now tell me, I pray thee, wherewith thou mightest be bound. They don't give up. If they fail, they try again. And he said unto her, if they bind me fast with new ropes that never were occupied, then shall I be weak and be as another man. Delilah therefore took new ropes and bound him therewith, and said to him, the Philistines be upon the Samson. And there were liars in wait abiding in the chamber, and he brake them off from his arms like a thread. And Delilah said unto Samson, hitherto thou hast mocked me and told me lies. She now telling him the truth. Tell me wherewith thou mightest be bound. And he said unto her, if thou weavest the 7 locks of my head with the web. She is coming gradually. He's coming gradually. He's showing his throat to the assassins to put the knife. And she fastened him with the pin and said unto him, the Philistine be upon the Samson. That's verse 14, I'm reading that. And he awake out of his sleep and went away with the pin of the beam and with the web. And she said unto him, how canst thou say I love thee? Do you see the card? You see the card of the assassins. They will come in the name of love. They will exploit the weapon of love. I told you before that love covereth all sins, all multitude of his sins. Immediately there is love, it will weaken and disarm anybody. So she brought out that weapon of love. When thy heart is not with me, but is our own heart with him, thou hast mocked me these 3 times, and hast not told me wherein thy great strength lieth. Verse 16. And it came to pass when she pressed him daily. That's how assassins behave. They will monitor you, they will train you, they will follow you, they will do everything. He pressed him daily with her words and urged him, so that his soul was vexed unto death, that he told her all his heart. And said unto her, there has not come a razor upon my head, for I have been a Nazarite unto God from my mother's womb. If I be shaven, then my strength will go from me. Okay, the mother told him that he was born a Nazarite. So it's not the fault of the parents. Mother told him. You remember when they were warning him, don't go to the field. He said, she pleased me well, get her for me like that. When Delilah saw that he had told her all his heart, she sent a call for the people that are signing her. See the lords of the Philistines, saying, come up these ones, for he has showed me all his heart. Then the lords of the Philistines came up unto her and brought money. This time around, they know the deal is done. They brought money in their hand. They brought money. And she made him sleep upon her knees. And she called for a man, and she caused him to shave off the 7 locks of his head. And she began to afflict him. And his strength went from him. What did they shave out of him? They shaved off his destiny. And she said, the Philistines be upon the Samson, and he woke out of his sleep and said, I will go out as at other time before and shake myself. And he did not know, he wist not that the Lord was departed from, that his destiny was gone. Verse 21. But the Philistines took him and put out his eyes. That's the first thing. First of all, started to dismember him one by one. Remove his eyes and brought him down to Gaza and bound him with fetters of brass. And he did grind in the prison house. They started to use him to grind. Howbeit, the hair of his head began to grow after he was shaven. Then the lords of the Philistines, take note of what they did here. The lords of the Philistines gathered them together to offer a great sacrifice unto Dagon their god. Do you see the people involved in this assassination? The lords, human beings, were involved, not ordinary people. Money was involved, serious money. And then the deity, the idol of the land, Dagon, was involved. And to rejoice, for they said, our God has delivered Samson, our enemy, into our hand. And when the people saw him, they praised their God. For they said, our God has delivered into our hand our enemy and the destroyer of our country, which slew many of us. And it came to pass, when their hearts were merry, that they said, call for Samson, that he may make us sport. And they called for Samson out of the prison house, and he made them sport, and they set him between the pillars. Verse 31. Then his brethren, when he has died with them, his brethren and all the house of his father came down, and they took him and brought him up and buried him between Zorah and Esther. That's the same place the Spirit of God was moving him. That same position that his ministry, his destiny was, that he was supposed to be and be doing great exploit. They went and buried him there in the buried place of Manoah his father, and he judged Israel 20 years. But do you see how the destiny ended? By the hand of assassins, destiny assassins. That great destiny that was announced by an angel of God, that great destiny that was sent directly from heaven. Do you see how the enemies ended it? And do you know where the problem of Samson started from? In that place we read, it's in verse 1 where we read, he said he was running after the wrong women, after harlots, after Delilah. That's where his trouble started from. Proverbs chapter 6. Look at verse 24. It says, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Possibly Delilah must have told her, I love you. The flattery of an evil woman, of a strange woman. Verse 25. He said, lust not after her beauty in thy heart, neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Verse 26. For by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. A man is reduced to a piece of bread. And now look at where I'm going. And the adulteress will do what? We hunt. When you are hunting, what do you want to kill? You want to kill, isn't it? To kill the animal. He said we hunt for what? For the precious destiny. We hunt for the precious destiny. But they are not going to tell you we are hunting for your precious destiny. No, they are going to tell you we love you. It's love. It is the destiny, the precious destiny they want to destroy. They want to assassinate. And do you know, brethren, that this was exactly what assassinated the destiny of Esau? Look at Hebrews chapter 12. Hebrews chapter 12. Look at verse 16. He says, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So what is he telling us here? He said that Esau was the assassin by himself that assassinated his own destiny. He was a fornicator. He was a profane person. What does a profane person mean? Person that has no regard for holy things, no respect for precious things, for sacred things. That was why he said, is it not just birthright? Please give me a porridge to eat. And he drew birthright because to him, he didn't know the value of birthright. Many of us don't know the value of destiny. When we are talking about destiny, a lot of people don't know the value of it. And if you don't know the value of your destiny, you are a profane person. You are a profane person if you don't know the value of destiny. He said because he didn't know the value of his destiny, he threw it away for a morsel of just for a porridge. He bought a plate of porridge. Verse 17. For you know how that after he has thrown it away, after the destiny has been assassinated, afterward, when he would have inherited a blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of, he even tried repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears. He cried carefully, bitterly, but there was nothing anybody could do for him again. Brethren, the prayers we are going to pray here today, I want you to commit your whole being to this prayer, because this is the whole essence of life. This is the whole essence of our living here. Many people, if God will open their eyes and show them the agreeing condition of their destiny, and if there's no hope, there's no point for them being, because what is left is just vagabond life, wandering up and down the whole earth, just going up and down. But I pray that we will find mercy today. The Lord will show us mercy and favor. The Lord will deliver us today, and He will deliver our destinies. And where our destiny have been assassinated already, He will resurrect our destinies. And where it is not possible to resurrect them, He will give us brand new ones. Because with Him all things are possible. Let's close our eyes and begin to talk to the Lord. Let's begin to talk to the Lord. And begin to tell the Lord, my God and my Father, where I have assassinated my own destiny by myself, like Esau. Lord, I come before you today. I acknowledge you, Lord God, that I have sinned and have done wickedly against myself.
Thank you for watching. If this message blessed you, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to join our growing community of faith. You've just listened to the sermon, but there are powerful prayers that follow. Due to social media rules and guidelines, the prayers have been removed from this video. However, you can access the full prayers and more life-changing resources by visiting www.pastorhillary.org or downloading our app, Diadem Media. If you're in the London area, we'd love to have you fellowship with us in person at 4 Pegamoid Road, N18 2NG. If you have any questions about this message, want counseling from Pastor Hillary, or wish to share your testimonies following the prayers, please leave a comment below and someone from our team will get in touch. Until next time, may God bless you abundantly and guide you in all your ways. Stay victorious.